Chapter 1 of Only a Ghost by Irenæus the Deacon. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by MaryAnn Spiegel. Only a Ghost by Irenæus the Deacon by Sabine Baring-Gould. Chapter 1 Why I Came to London. I am a ghost. Reader, don't be alarmed, but nevertheless I repeat, I am a ghost. A ghost of 1,520 years standing, for in the year 347 I was still a deacon of the Church of the Holy Cross at Jerusalem, under the blessed Cyril, bishop of the same. And why am I now in London? Why have I left the holy shades and the company of blessed spirits to glide about this black and by no means saintly city? Before I disappear into my peaceful abode, I will place on record why I left it, and who induced me to commit such an act of folly. On his release from the flesh and his appearance in the world of spirits, the Reverend Edward Starch, rector of Grubbington in the Clay, told me that if I wished to see primitive Christianity, set forth as in the times when I lived on earth, I had only to go to Great Britain and listen to the performance of the incomparable liturgy there used. Of course, as a faithful though unworthy deacon of St. Cyril's Church, I took a grave and sympathizing interest in all the holy churches over the world at all times and in all countries, and though I should have preferred visiting Jerusalem once more, or Antioch, or Constantinople, I heard the spirit of the ancient Church was in England, and to England accordingly I went. In London I was told I should find the true spirit of primitive Christianity, for many were the epithets of grace lavished upon it. I heard England called the most religious country in the world, and London the city of great enlightenment. I heard that all its inhabitants were interested in the spread of the gospel, and that they considered themselves the most godly people on the earth. So to London methought I would go, to find churches like the Holy Cross, and bishops like St. Cyril reigning over each. Now, as a ghost, of course I am invisible, but when I wish for information, I have the power of investing myself with the outward appearance of an intelligent stranger, and of assuming the language of the country in which I am sojourning. People who would naturally be shy of a Greek-speaking ghost might have no objection to impart information to a quiet-looking stranger dressed in black, and indulging in broken English. When necessary, I can immediately resume my invisibility. I need scarcely say that this, when done suddenly, and on the impulse of the moment, has been productive of much embarrassment to my earthly companions, but has relieved me, sometimes, from positions which might have become slightly disagreeable. On a fine day, then, I found myself in the streets of London, amongst a hurrying crowd all seemingly too busy to give a poor ghost the slightest particle of information. I ran up against an elderly gentleman of mild and prepossessing appearance, whose hat I knocked off quite by accident. "I beg your pardon, sir," I said, returning it to him. "I am a stranger here. Could you give me any information on the state of religion in London?" Religion! You should have seen his face. He started at the word as if he had been shot. They didn't shoot in my day, but I heard of such things afterwards. I was surprised at the effect the mere pronouncing of the word had in the most religious city in the world. He turned and walked with me up the street. If he had only the remotest idea that I was the deacon Irenæus of Jerusalem in the 4th century, he would, I feel persuaded, have fled as fast as his legs would carry him. But he thought I was only an intelligent stranger, and so he put his arm through mine and walked on. He seemed to be a confiding sort of person, and somehow or other I have always remarked that I possessed a supernatural power of fascination, which drew out the hearts and brains of those I met with. "I am a stranger here," I said again. "Could you give me any information on the state of religion in England?" "Religion?" said my stout friend. "Humph! What's your line?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?